Some sellers spend $38,000 fixing a house and make it harder to sell. And I watched it happen in March of 2024 on a 1970s ranch in Round Rock, listed at $412,000, sitting empty on day 61. I walked it on a Tuesday morning. The countertops were new quartz, still cool under my hand, and they ran straight into the original oak cabinets from 1978, with the finger-worn shadow still on the door edges by the sink. In the hall bath, a glass shower enclosure without a smudge on it. I stepped toward the toilet, and the subfloor gave under my heel. Soft. In the living room, the fresh gray plank flooring ran clean across the room and stopped an inch shy of the doorframe, where a row of old carpet tack nail holes sat unfilled and a half-inch of raw baseboard showed. Nothing in that house was ugly. That was the problem. Everything new sat right beside something old, and every buyer who walked through did the same math in their head. They stopped looking at the quartz and started wondering where the money ran out. What else did these people start and not finish? It sold for $371,000. You have heard the advice your whole life. Fix it up before you list. Kitchens and baths sell houses. Everybody has heard it. Nobody was ever taught which fixes or how far to take them, or the point where spending stops paying you back. So people borrow against their equity and start guessing with confidence. The advice sticks around because nobody in the room is paid to stop you. Television shows renovations on houses bought at a discount, not houses being listed at a premium. Contractors are paid to do the work, and an agent who tells you to spend looks like they are fighting for you. A full kitchen in this market runs $30,000 to $80,000. A bath runs $12,000 to $25,000. There are concierge programs that will front you every dollar of it and collect at closing. Meanwhile, the industry's own numbers have said the same thing for years. Almost no interior remodel returns what you put in. Most give back 50 to 70 cents on the dollar, and that is before 6 weeks of mortgage payments while you pick tile. Here is what almost nobody tells you. There is a whole category of repair where the repair itself is what kills the deal, not the flaw, the fix. Some things a buyer forgives before they finish the sentence. Other things they hold against you for $20,000, and they are almost never the ones you would guess. The most expensive thing you can do to a house you are about to sell is make it look almost finished. I have spent 15 years in Austin residential and property management, hundreds of listings, thousands of walkthroughs, portfolios worth more than most people will ever see in one place. But this particular lesson I did not learn from any of that. I learned it from the broker who trained me my first year, Marcus Vance, who ran a shop out of a strip mall on Burnett Road for 30 years and never once let a seller swing a hammer before he had walked the house himself. He had one rule: your job is to hand them a canvas, not a painting. I ignored him exactly once, on my own rental. It cost me $14,000 and 11 weeks. So today I am giving you 7 repairs to walk away from, and 3 you must never skip. 10 minutes, a flashlight, and a notepad, and you will be able to tell them apart in your own house tonight. But the reason those 7 fail is not the price tag. Every one of them tells the buyer a story about your house that you never meant to tell. The nicest thing in the room is usually the thing costing you the offer. Before I hand you the list, you need to understand what a buyer is actually doing while they stand in your house. They are not evaluating, they are pattern matching. A showing runs 20, maybe 30 minutes, and the number they are willing to write down forms in the first 90 seconds. The question running in the back of their head is not, "Is this nice?" It is, "What is this house hiding from me?" Every unfinished edge is a clue. Every place where new meets old is a seam, and they will find the seam. Then there is the appraiser, who does not care about your receipts. Appraisals run on comparable sales and condition ratings. Your $38,000 does not enter that report as $38,000. It might move a single condition tier, might not move anything. So there are two currencies here: what a repair costs you and what it signals to them. They are not connected. That gap is the whole game. First, the partial kitchen. New counters, old cabinets. New appliances, old counters. Any version of it. What that says to a buyer is that somebody started and stopped, and a buyer who thinks that will price the kitchen for a full gut anyway, then subtract the cost of tearing out the work you just paid for. You spent money increasing their renovation budget. If your kitchen is dated but clean and everything works, leave it alone. Dated is neutral. Dated is a canvas. Half new is a warning. Instead, spend $200. New cabinet hardware. A fresh bead of caulk where the backsplash meets the counter. Matching bulbs in every fixture. Scrub it until it smells like nothing. Second, replacing the flooring through the whole house. $8,000 to $20,000 for the same gray beige plank everybody else installs. Flooring taste is intensely personal, and it is the cheapest surface for a buyer to swap themselves. Worse, brand new floor throws everything else into contrast. Now the baseboards look tired. The door casings look yellow. The trim you never noticed is suddenly the only thing you can see. Sit with that, because it is the engine under almost every mistake on this list. One new thing makes 10 old things visible. Instead, fix the 2 or 3 sections that are genuinely damaged. Clean the rest professionally. Third, painting in your color. This is not the same as painting neutral, which I will get to, and which you should do. I mean the accent wall. I mean the deep saturated sage you fell in love with. Paint is the cheapest way to do something expensive to yourself. $2,500 of work that a buyer mentally prices at $4,000 to undo, because now they assume every wall in the house needs primer before it needs paint. Fourth, replacing a roof nobody made you replace. $15,000 to $30,000 on a roof with 6 or 8 years left in it. Here's the thing sellers never understand. Buyers do not pay a premium for a new roof. They penalize an old one. Those are two completely different transactions, and only one of them puts money in your pocket. Lenders and insurers ask a single question, which is whether it is insurable. A roof in year 14 of a 25-year shingle is not a problem. A roof with water coming through it is a different animal entirely, and that one is on the other list. Instead, pay $300 for an inspection and hand every buyer the report. Documentation beats replacement. It costs 1% as much, and it answers the same question. Fifth, the landscaping overhaul. Beds, boulders, fresh sod, irrigation zones. $5,000 to $15,000 that browns out in an Austin August before you ever get to closing. And a buyer who works 60 hours a week does not see beauty when they look at your new beds. They see a chore. Instead, $200. Edge every bed. Mulch. Cut back anything touching the roof line or the siding. Pull the dead plants. Sharp edges read as cared for. That is the entire message you are trying to send. Sixth, bathroom tile and fixtures. Same trap as the kitchen. Smaller room, harsher light. A new vanity standing next to the original tub surround is the most photographed disappointment in the MLS. A frameless glass shower door does not hide old grout. It aims a spotlight at it. Instead, recaulk, regrout, new toilet seat. Replace the mirror if it is fogged or chipped. Put a bright bulb in. Seventh, additions, bonus rooms, and converted garages. Highest cost, worst return, and the one most likely to be unpermitted. Understand what unpermitted square footage means. An appraiser cannot count it. You paid to build space that does not legally exist, and a converted garage in Texas shrinks your buyer pool the day the tape goes down, because people here want somewhere to park and somewhere to put things. If it is already done and it was never permitted, disclose it and move on. Do not add to it. Now the 3 you never skip. 1. Anything that fails an inspection or kills financing. An active leak. Standing water under the house. Exposed wire. A double-tapped breaker. Dead water heater, dead compressor, a stair-step crack in the brick, a sewer line that will not pass a camera. These do not cost you a discount. They cost you the buyer, and then the next buyer, and then you carry the disclosure forever. Every one of them hands the other side a written document to negotiate against. Fix it or price for it. Never let a buyer be the one who finds it. 2. Clean, odor, and light. These are the 3-figure moves that swing 5-figure numbers. Deep clean, professional, including the oven and the vents. Pet smell and smoke smell end showings at the doorway, and you cannot smell your own house. Somebody else has to tell you. Then every bulb working, every bulb the same color temperature. Curtains open at every showing. $600, maybe $1,200. It beats every renovation I just told you to skip. 3. Neutral paint and clearing things out. One color, one sheen, wall to wall. Take out 1/3 of the furniture and half of everything sitting on every surface. This is not a remodel. It is a blank page. Marcus said it better than I can. You are handing them a canvas, not a painting. So those 7 are not expensive because of the price tag. They are expensive because of what each one points at. The buyer is not great in your house. They are hunting for the place where you stopped. Give them nothing new to compare against, and there is no seam to find. Tonight, take a flashlight and a notepad and walk your own rooms. Do not write down what needs fixing. Write down what a fix would draw the eye toward. And subscribe. 15 years of Austin closings taught me the things sellers usually learn the week after the money is already gone. I would rather you learn them now.